We're waiting to put somebody over here on the platform. So sweet back to be better. It's me.
In 30 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Daryl Demerit. On behalf of our co-pastors and our board of trustees, we welcome you to Colby Memorial Temple for our Sunday service. To begin our service, Marty Hadaway will light 3 lights for us, symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. And she rang the bell. Thank you, Marty. Please rise for our opening prayer and remain standing for our first hymn. Infinite Spirit, we thank you for bringing us here to Colby Temple this morning so that we may come together in your light and love. We ask that you open our hearts and minds so that we may be enriched and inspired in our fellowship today. Amen.
Amen.
Our first hymn will be led by our vocalist, Jamie Osmond. It will be Amazing Grace, page number 70.
We say, then we say, praise and
Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Jamie. Located on the handout and in the front cover of the hymnal are our declaration of principles. Please join me in reciting these principles together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomenon of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expressions of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. The healing prayer is located in the back of your hymnal. Please recite with me this prayer for spiritual healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. Now, for those of you who would wish to receive spiritual healing, please take a seat along either wall on the side and go to the next available healer. While the healers work, the rest of us will join in a guided meditation. In a sitting position, take a deep breath, exhale, and get in a relaxed position as you are able, with your feet on the floor and your hands in your lap, palms facing up or down. Now take another deep breath and exhale while letting your shoulders and upper arms relax. As you take another deep breath and exhale, imagine that you are walking through an open grassy field. As you walk, you can see that you are approaching the tree line to what looks like a forest up ahead. As you get closer, you see what appears to be an opening in the brush that opens into a trail, a narrow path barely wide enough for you and another person to walk. If you should feel the presence of someone walking with you, welcome them. As you enter the forest and start walking down the trail, you look to the side along the path at the small green plants and colorful flowers all along the side of the trail. As you look ahead, you see that the trail gives you a peaceful feeling of a gently meandering path. Follow the winding path, clearing your mind of all thoughts other than the beauty that you notice around you, the green of the leaves, the color of the flowers on the side of the trail. And you notice the random formation of the pebbles below your feet in the path you are walking. As you look ahead of you, you can see that the trail is opening to a small body of water. At the bank of the pond, you see there is a bench that has been placed there so that you can sit and look out into the water. Sit there and listen and absorb the sounds. Hear the chirping of the crickets. Listen for the sound of a bird flying over the pond. Listen even more closely, and you can hear the gentle, subtle sounds of wildlife in the woods around you. As you sit there, enjoying the sight and sounds, feel your connection to nature and the ground and the earth. Feel part of it. Then look in the distance across the water towards the other side. Imagine you see a beautiful white light in the distance and that it seems to be slowly coming closer to you. As you watch it, you feel an increasing connection to it. And as it comes even closer, it starts to come into focus. And you begin to sense that it is a spiritual energy that is familiar to you. Maybe it is a loved one who has passed. Maybe it is a spirit guide. Maybe it is a spiritual energy you don't recognize other than to know it feels pleasant, positive, and welcoming. As the spirit sits next to you on the bench, you sense that they have brought a gift for you. Maybe it's a symbol. Maybe it's a word or a thought. Maybe their gift is of the earth, a stone, a crystal, a flower. Or maybe you recognize them as a loved one in spirit who simply brings you the gift of their presence and a loving greeting from the spirit side of life. I'm going to leave you for a brief time in quiet, alone with this warm, loving presence, so that you can receive their gift that they have brought to you. Now hold their gift in your hands or in your heart. Thank them for being with you and for their loving gesture as they stand and start to walk away. Watch them move back across the pond until all you see is the bright white light in the distance, until it gradually fades away. Now take a deep breath, smelling the freshness of nature. Exhale, releasing any remaining stress, and take another deep breath. Know that you are in a special place that you can come back to whenever you want. Whenever you feel you need to get away from things, to relax and receive the offerings and guidance that the universe has for you. You are now getting ready to return. Continue back down the path until you see the opening, which leads out into the beautiful open field where you started. As you walk out into the field, you realize that the world around you is a beautiful place, and you can return to this place in your mind whenever you feel the need for the comfort and healing it will provide. Now thank the universe, infinite intelligence, your God, for the beauty around you. Now take a deep breath and exhale and begin to sense that you are back here in the temple and have returned with an amazing gift or message from Spirit. Move your fingers and toes. Move your head slightly to feel your neck muscle stretch. Take another deep breath and slowly open your eyes and return to the awareness that you are here and now in Colby Temple. Welcome back. If you have received a healing resulting in a correction or improvement, please complete the yellow card. They are in the back of the temple. They look like this. And give it to a pastor at the back of the temple or mail it in to us. Alternately, you can place the card in the collection plate when it comes around. We'd like to thank our healers for sharing their gift of healing. Our healers from my left, your right, to the other side are Jackie Arnold, Marty Hadaway, Deborah Jordan, Reverend Sheldon Gamberg, Reverend Deborah Gretton Gamberg, and Lori Carter. Thank you. Please stand for our next hymn. You'll find it on page 155, and it is In the Garden.
I come to the garden. So sweet. Anytime. I'd stay in the garden. Anytime.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Well, that was beautiful, everyone. It's now with pleasure that I get to introduce our speaker for today, Pauline Gold. Pauline has been a special education teacher for 23 years, and she loves teaching and she loves learning. Pauline has been a medium, a healer, and a teacher here at Cassadaga since she was certified 10 years ago, and has seen that time flies when you're doing what you love. I now welcome Pauline to the podium to share this morning's inspirational message.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to be here with all of you. I would like to start my talk with a quote from a poet and a writer, Thomas Merton. Happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance and order and rhythm and harmony. Balance, it seems like the perfect prescription for a manic, chaotic paced world that we're living in at the moment. And who can argue with finding more balance in our lives? I don't know about you, but emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, I feel I'm being pulled in multiple directions. It's a perpetual juggling act between family and work obligations. And sometimes we feel overwhelmed and defeated. Balance. How we are always trying to find it in our lives. I spent a good part of my adult life working on my health and my well-being, making sure that I eat right, exercise, get enough rest, manage my stress level. It is so easy to get caught up in the busyness of daily life and forget to find the time for relaxation or even self-care. We get stuck in our heads, planning the future or dissecting the past. And I'm sure most of you can relate to the constant pressure from all the so-called experts who feed us the constant stream of the shoulds. You should eat kale. You should do yoga. You should walk. You should lift weights. Make sure you eat organic food. Consume no caffeine, no sugar. Eat only good carbs. Get more sleep, and on and on and on. And by the way, do this all with raising a family and managing your demanding job. It's enough to make you want to close your eyes and cover your ears. And it reminds me of the iconic scene from Home Alone. So what do you choose? And the answers might not always be clear. Do you choose to go for a walk instead of doing the dishes or the laundry? Do you choose to appreciate the fullness of your life instead of focusing on what you think you lack? Do you choose to love and appreciate yourself first as much as you love and appreciate your family and friends? Whether we work, go to school, or retired, we all have responsibilities. There's always things that we want to do and things that we must do. And this is not always easy. I know for me, when I don't take time to balance the doing with the being, the stuff for everyone else with the stuff just for me, I get flustered and tense. I feel off-centered, and it's hard to catch my breath. And life gets unsteady. As a teacher, I'm often reminded what works for some people doesn't necessarily work for others. What works in the morning is not going to always work in the afternoon. What works for this student one day is not going to work for that same student with the same situation another day. And the answer that I always give my students is the same that I always give myself. Be the very best that you can be each day. Frank Herbert, the author, said it best. There is no secret to balance. You just have to feel the waves. While we can't anticipate and plan for everything in our lives, we can decide how, where, and when to concentrate our energies. A mindset that honors your priorities. A mindset that focuses on what matters to you. What I recognize, and especially being recently feeling exhausted, sometimes life comes at us full force and overwhelms us. And this is what happened to me the last few months. But what I observed, a number of events challenged my sense of self, my sense of direction. And if any aspect of our lives draws that disproportionate amount of energy, we have to shortchange something, right? Don't get enough sleep. Maybe I go to McDonald's instead of cooking a meal. And that throws us completely off. It's about putting ourselves in a better mental state. Because what is important is our mindset. And I always believe this, that attitude is everything. It's important, it is our mindset before and after a disappointment, a challenging time. Because there's an entire spectrum of thought energies, from the very unconstructive and self-loathing to the very positive and self-affirming. And it's about gaining control of my life. And I learned to take small, conscious steps to restore and maintain my physical, emotional, and mental well-being, just like all of you. And I'm learning not just how to renew myself when I'm in the quote-unquote red zone, but every day to prevent myself from reaching it again. And believe me, I haven't been perfect. Sometimes I feel like I need a knock over my head. And then sometimes infinite intelligence, God, loved ones, the universe, Spirit will sit there, keep on showing me signs. And sometimes I need those big, large neon signs to tell me to pay attention. Our attitude, our perception, our thoughts and actions, we do have a choice. We have that power to change that dial, to change our focal point, to change the thoughts in our mind. And what I learned is, what am I missing? Right? Change my thoughts, get distracted, do something different. Grace. I keep being reminded, grace for myself is what I'm missing. Grace to just be me, Pauline. And sometimes it means not to do anything. You don't always need to be getting stuff done, even though I wasn't raised that way. Sometimes it's perfectly okay, and sometimes it's absolutely necessary to slow down, kick back, and do nothing, and do something just for me. Because there's an importance to recharge and replenish my energy, our spirit. I know we hear that all the time. And it's not easy to always live. But when I do, I realize I need to do something different, to stop and reassess things, to look at all the various aspects of my life that I'm constantly juggling. Sometimes it's just the morning. Sometimes it's all day. Sometimes it's just in the evening. Constantly trying to keep in balance. My family, friends, finances, health, work, social circles, my spiritual development, my own personal growth, my pets. And then we get to ask ourselves, are we really able to devote ample energy to all areas? Or do we sometimes get tipped to one side and unbalanced in one direction? For all the choices that we have in this modern age, and I know Dr. Sheldon mentioned this at Lyceum with AI and all the things that we can even ask that to do for us. We deal with some pretty hefty challenges. We get to navigate circumstances and weigh options. We wrestle with the coexisting freedom and responsibility of forging our own paths toward how we envision living, thriving. We're not going to be able to necessarily spend time every day in each area in equal amounts. But in the long run, we might spend a sufficient quality and quantity of time in each area. Because life and living a balanced life is about integrating those components of your life that that's truly important to you. Not to me, but to you. And realizing that sometimes you need to make choices about what has to come first. The wonderful thing is that we have a choice. And the hardest thing is that we have a choice. So often, we come to a place in our lives where we can decide whether we want something to stay the same or we want our lives to change. Sometimes we come to a point in our lives that it's difficult to make life-changing decisions. And sometimes it's even more difficult making those decisions and keeping a positive and staying positive. Clarity and motivation are very closely related. So what is the choice? What choice is the best for you? Sometimes I'm learning it's about just taking a risk. Balancing requires a leap of faith. We must trust in one leg to hold us as the other one takes flight. But it goes back to our mindset that keeps us stuck in the status quo where most of us lean toward giving to others rather than nurturing our own needs. I know I'm notorious for I keep on saying yes to others, and sometimes I forget to say yes to myself, or to sit there saying no to others and yes to myself. My amazing revelation, the other distractions and commitments will always be there. They'll always be there. So I'm learning to make self-care a priority and don't waver. You know what? I am going to take that yoga class. I can do the dishes another time. Or you know what? I am going to take that walk instead of checking my emails or doing a school project. How often do we get stuck in the chores and the emails that could just wait? My focus has to be in place or I lose sight of what is important. And I'm learning when we're clear and specific about what we want, who we want to be, and what we want to do and have, that clarity fuels our motivation. Because whatever we focus on grows. So why not focus on our strengths and what we're wanting and what we enjoy and appreciate and what we want to create for ourselves? Because one thing life keeps on teaching us is that there will always be distractions and temptations to try to throw us off our path. And sometimes I'm learning it's time to make a concerted effort to focus on what matters to you most and close our eyes to others. We get to choose what to focus on. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to live on autopilot, just doing what I've always done. I want to consciously pause and reflect on what works, what I want to adjust and change, and what I want to continue to do. Because making reflections is part of our mindset development. Because we get to care about pausing and improving, and we are committed to doing better. And sometimes it's just even a small step. You know what? I'm going to have a piece of fruit today instead of a cookie. Or, you know what? I'm just going to take a quick 10-minute walk. Or I'm going to just meditate or do my breathing exercises. Because we get to hear this a lot. And it's for a reason about exercising. Sometimes it's just about moving the body. This is not about weight reduction or muscle building. It's about getting oxygen into your body and into your brain. And it's amazing that afterwards you have a little more sense of clarity, or that you have that little extra energy and vitality and zest for doing something even more that you're wanting to do. And sometimes it's about taking the time to experience some wackiness in your day. Find something that will give you a round of laughter, because the more, the better. And it releases that extra stress. And sometimes it's about just finding the humor in the everyday going on in your daily life, as well as to find more appreciation too. And the hardest thing, the simplest and the yet most difficult ritual, is letting go. But it's also the important. We collect from time to time, from the time we wake up, from the time we go to sleep, anger, regrets, disappointments, insults, real and unimagined. But about making it your goal to release those grievances, forgive, and just be able to let go and move forward. What small steps can you take that allow more gentle and unforced rhythms of grace to flow in your life? I started with the quote from the poet Thomas Merton, and I'll leave you with this beautiful quote from Thomas Merton. In a world of noise, confusion, and conflict, it is necessary that there be places of silence, inner discipline, and peace. In such places, love can blossom. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Pauline, for your insightful and inspirational words this morning. During our musical interlude, we will be passing the collection trays, and we thank you in advance for your generosity. Our musical interlude will be led by Jamie.
Okay, so we're having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to do an Acapulco song. I just don't know which one, so whatever I start singing, we're going to go with it. Okay. I've seen a lot of trouble at my door. I've never known a day when I ain't been poor, but I'm gonna live with spirit in the air. Hard times is all I've seen. I've lost loved ones that were dear to me, but I'm gonna live with spirits in the air. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live with spirit in the air. When these poor bones are tired and old, I'll meet my Father, believe in my soul, 'cause I'm gonna live with spirit. I'm gonna live with spirit. I'm gonna live with spirit in the air. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. That was beautiful. Infinite intelligence, we thank you for these generous offerings and ask that you guide our Board of Trustees and pastors as they employ them in the upkeep of Southern Casadega Spiritualist Camp, facilities and grounds, so that future generations can enjoy all that is available to us today in this special place. I have a few announcements. Next Wednesday evening on June 7th, our message bearer is Lori Carter. Next Sunday, June 11th, our guest speaker at our 10:30 service is Reverend Dr. Philip DeLong. Every Sunday, we have Adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. in the Andrew Jackson Davis Building, which is just down the street and houses the bookstore. Next Sunday, June 11th, our Lyceum speaker is Reverend Maida Jones. This Saturday on June 10th, from 1:30 p.m. until 3:30 p.m., Reverend Diane Davis will be providing a natural law workshop, again in the Andrew Jackson Davis Building. To participate in absentee healing, please print the name and first initial of the last name of a loved one, friend, or even a pet in our healing book, which is located at the left back corner of the temple. Flyers for camp events are in the back of the temple on the counter. They're also in your hymnals. They will be an activities calendar and a church bulletin. Feel free to take those home with you or give them to a friend. Our website, casadega.org, also has the monthly information as well as our upcoming events. Please stand for our next hymn, number 179, This Little Light of Mine.
This little how it shine. This little how it shine. This little how it shine. It shine. Everywhere. How it shine. Everywhere. How it shine. Everywhere. It shine. Building up. Building up. How it shine. Building up.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Well, that was energy filled. Thank you, everybody. Sounded great. Now for the message portion of our service, I'm going to bring Pauline Gold back up to the podium, and she will be our message bearer. Pauline.
The woman in the beautiful green and white dress. Hi. Would you like a message? Wonderful. As I'm speaking with you, I'm very much aware of, it's very overwhelming with the love on the other side around you. And I'm just very much aware of it's definitely feels like family, because I'm just feeling they're proud, being proud of you, and just no matter what, just family. How much family means to you, and means to them, is the overwhelming feeling that I'm having, as I'm connecting with you. The love of family. I'm also aware with you. I keep on they keep on the way they're expressing themselves is I feel like they're like right behind you, like cheering you on. It's like their own little cheerleading squad in the back, from spirit, and kind of like encouraging you and encouraging you to move forward, encouraging you to take risks, encouraging you to take steps. I keep on picking up on a lot to do with traveling with you. So I don't know, it's like you've been hesitant about going somewhere or trying something, but it's like, I feel like spirit is guiding you, like, yeah, take that step, go do this. And I'm just feeling that type of excitement about trying new things, and especially with traveling. I keep on being connected to the Northeast with you. And I keep on seeing you going barefoot on the beaches, picking up seashells, and I'm just seeing that type of environment and that type of just atmosphere around you. And I'm gonna leave that with love and blessings with you. Thank you. Yes, the women, one, yes. Hi. As I'm speaking with you, I'm very much aware of a gentleman here in spirit with you. And I feel like there's just wonderful memories, family memories with him. I keep on seeing, especially around the holidays, but it's not always about the holidays, but I'm just seeing your connection with him. And I'm seeing you like on his knee, and the way he was attentive to you, and the way that you were attentive to him, and just his love and his encouragement around you. I'm also aware he keeps on showering you with love. I feel like he was someone like he would just hug you or hold you, and he's like doing that with you now. And it's like just keep on going, keep on doing. He keeps on mentioning all the things. If you have like a bucket list or all your dreams or a list of things that you're wanting to do, it's like go for it, do it. And that sense of exploration. I feel like it was something that he wasn't always able to do, especially like finances or and so he's like, put the money aside, do the things that you're wanting to do. And I'm gonna leave that with love and blessings. Thank you. The woman with the, I think it's a black dress and a beautiful pendant. Hi. As I'm speaking with you, I'm very much aware of I keep on seeing you outdoors. I keep on seeing you barefoot. I keep on seeing your hands and your feet in the soil, in the plants, in the garden. I'm also connected. I feel like it was someone, this feels like an aunt. It could be a grandmother. I'm getting like a generation, one generation back. And I feel like she was part of Earth. That she was like Mother Earth is the way she's coming across, and just her being genuine, true to herself, comfortable in her own skin, walking her own beat. She's saying that about you as well, but also just her connection with others, her connection with the wholeness of Earth, with humanity. And she's saying that you've been, would it make sense if I were to say that you've been sending a lot of prayers to humanity? And she's like, she's hearing you. And I feel like there's an orchestra, is the way it's coming across, of other beings, other spirits that are also engaged with you in that prayer and in that service and in that wanting to heal Earth. I'm also aware with you I keep on wanting to go to the Midwest with you. I keep on picking it up symbolically. If it's a family connection there, wonderful. But I keep on picking up on the symbology of that area, because I keep on wanting. It's about being outdoors. It's about being with nature and the big sky and the tall trees and the rivers and just the way that the way that you walk and the way that you talk. I keep on picking up on, if you're not volunteering or if you're not talking to youths, because I keep on picking up on you helping them and kind of navigating through this through tension or through the COVID time, because I keep on picking up on the healing, but I keep on picking it up with camping or being outdoors with them and helping them with healing and helping them understand how the earth can give back to them. And I'm going to leave that with love and blessings. Thank you. The woman on the end, I think you're wearing green and white. Yes, hi. As I'm touching in with you, I'm also overwhelmed with spirit around you. And I'm not picking up on one particular spirit. I keep on picking up on if it's a group of family members is the way they're coming across, but I'm picking up on just their excitement, their energy, the way that they bantered, the way that they played with each other, the way that they interacted. And I'm getting all this like high energy around them. And they keep on showing me the hub of the family in the kitchen, around special events, around special times, closeness, being together, helping each other. And I'm just seeing that camaraderie with everyone. I'm also aware with you of they keep on showing and with your family, they keep on showing me fixing things or carpentry, a lot of things with their hands. And they're showing that about you, with the way that you fix things, or the way that you're creative, is the way that they're showing that. And I feel like it's like they're encouraging you, or they're like wanting you to do, is the way it's coming across. And especially, I keep on picking up on younger people. So if there's nephews or younger kids around you, to get them into it, and get them being active too. And I keep on picking up on their hands. So that creativity, and if it's painting, if it's arts and crafts, if it's building something, I'm just aware of just that excitement and that activity. I'm going to leave that with love and blessings. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, Pauline. We'd like to remind everyone that we will have our afternoon message service from 12 to 12:30 right here in Colby Temple. A group of mediums and student mediums will be giving spirit greetings to as many individuals as they can reach in approximately 30 minutes. Everyone is welcome. We encourage you to visit our bookstore, which is open today until 5 p.m. and open Monday through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Please rise for our closing hymn, number 203, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and remain standing for the closing prayer. Thank you. Infinite Spirit, we thank you for bringing us all together today. And we thank you for the words of our speaker and the messages you have provided to us through her this morning. As we leave, please continue to shine your light on us so that we may travel safely to our destinations. Amen. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
That just tells me that I was meant to do an focus on all of
Standing. It's so easy to stay on standing. Thank you.